Welcome to Exhibitor Lounge, sponsored by ExhibitEdge.com. I'm your host and your trade show mixologist, Michael Gray. Here each week you receive simple, practical, and proven tips to improve your trade show marketing strategy and get better results while maximizing your budget. So again, I want to say hi to Mr. Mike Gruenberg from Gruenberg Consulting. He is now transitioned from before the show and all the prep that you would do ahead of time. So now we're at the show. So if we're going to talk about being at the show, the first thing you're going to do is kind of get your group together, right?
Right. The first thing you want to do, Mike, even before the trade show begins, an hour or so before, well, actually, you would have meetings prior in your offices about what's going to happen there. So let's say we've done all that. We've said, here's the reason why we're there. Here's the products we're going to be presenting, and here's whatever.
Right.
An hour or so before the trade show opens, everybody should be there. Even if they're not scheduled to be there, everyone should be there and to go over logistics. All right. So we know that this person is at this particular part of booth. We know this person is there. What is every person going to do? Second thing, if it's a particular product and we want to sell them, do we have special financial considerations for the salespeople? You know, if we get so and so many people to sign up for this product, there may be an extra amount of money.
I remember you were doing $100 bills for every trial. And what an incentive. But I mean, it really got the sales staff going. You know?
Well, that's with inflation. Actually, $20 bills.
Oh, they were?
Yeah,
that's right. They were $20 bills.
But it was so successful. We had budgeted for like $2,000.
Right.
We went through that the first day. Literally the first day, because the salespeople got so excited and they just really were focused. And that's the key. Yeah. So that first hour before the show, why are we here? Let's make sure you're going to be here, I'm going to be there. Here's the traffic cop. Remember we spoke about the traffic cop?
But it was like a pep talk.
It was a pep talk.
It was like, come on, guys, you know, who's going to be the big winner for the day, you know? But and so it was all a plan that you had put together. Now, we can't talk about it because we're going to do that next week. But I want to talk about your 10 rules of trade show etiquette. So if you can just kind of briefly give us a tiny bit of a sneak peek into what we're going to live on next week.
Okay. Well, again, it's you know, what should we do? What should we not do? So everybody, you know, again, you know, I'm big on everybody on the same page.
Right.
You know, we want to know why we're there. We want to know what we're supposed to do. And so I always put together this, it was called trade show etiquette in various formats, and just would go over it. And it's really, it's nothing that's more than just simple ways in which to be at the show.
Right, because so we're going to give you all 10 of those trade show etiquette rules next week. So come back next week. But I'm going to keep going now. One of the things that I remember you talked to your staff about was listening skills.
Right.
Okay.
Too often, we don't give the customer or the prospect a chance to say to us what they want. Mm-hmm. I can surmise, I can say, well, this guy is coming to the booth. It's a such and such kind of customer. I kind of know what the guy wants. But you know what? We may be wrong. Mm-hmm. We need to listen more. And I always say to sales reps, when you speak, say what you have to say and then go. Let them speak. Let them do the talking. And if you let them do the talking, you'll listen and you'll say, oh, that's what this guy wants. That's what this lady wants. That's what they want to do. And then, all of a sudden, it becomes a much more fulfilling meeting, because now you can say, okay, well, I know what this person wants. We can talk about it now, or when the show is over, visit their facility a week or two later. But this way, understand and let them do the talking. If the salesperson is doing most of the talking, it's not good.
Right.
Not good.
Right. And then because I would be there at the beginning of the show and the end of the show, I know also, because I was closing the booth down for you as my client, I know that you would have a meeting at the end of the show.
Yes.
People just didn't go away at the end of the show.
Sometimes that meeting was in the bar, but it was, you know, we had the meeting, and the meeting really went over. So how do we do today? You know, and because so many things can go wrong, so many things can happen, and you know, we can't plan for everything. So you bring the reps together and say, okay, guys, how do we do today? Well, you know, this didn't work, or this wasn't right, and that Mike Gray, he didn't show up, and all that stuff. So, no, I'm only kidding. But there's all things that could go wrong, and there are all things that could go right. So let's say, for example, if we did the example before of we had incentives.
Right.
Bill did great. You know, Bill, you know, did so well. And I remember what we used to do with the $20 bills.
Oh, I know. That's great.
20, 40, 60, you know.
And then holding their hands out,
That's right.
the pile would be there, but some would get 15 $20
right.
bills and some would get 2.
Yeah, so the guy who got the 2 says, oh man, I better be working harder tomorrow.
Right.
So it's a matter of getting everybody together, getting pumped up to do what you have to do. Because remember, when we say it's a show, it is a show. It's showtime. You know, we're on stage. We are actors. I think most salespeople, me included, are frustrated actors. You know, we wanted to be on stage. We thought we could do that, but this is a way to do it. So, in a sense, it really is a performance. And I know I had one sales guy who would say, he said, you know, whatever problems I have at home, whatever things are on my mind, when I get there, I say, okay. Give
Right.
it, you know,
Go into character.
It's showtime. That's
Absolutely. Well, we're going to have to let it go there, but
All
you'll
right.
come back next week?
I'll be happy to, as long as the wine is here.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. As always, please respond with your questions or comments and let others know about exhibitorlounge.com. Hey, we'll see you next week. Until then, I'm your host, Michael Gray, telling you to relax in the Exhibitor Lounge.